you share your screen of what you're seeing on because the thing is you can't share what's going on in Zoom. You can only share, you know, the next step. So I always tell people, okay, click on the 3 dots and then you can start sharing and kind of showing what's going on. But it should have, when you clicked on the YouTube live, if your YouTube live is working like you said and it comes up, it should just automatically come right up and go straight to it. Okay, so you're okay, yeah, so this is live. Okay, so click on that share button. Cool. So hit copy. Okay.
Why have I got that double the delayed bit?
Like I said, mute your YouTube live right now. There you go. That fixes that problem. Now go ahead and go, because you already copied. You copied your link. Go to your click on your Webtalk.
Click on Webtalk.
Wherever your Webtalk is. Okay. Now go up there to create a post. Write whatever you feel like writing.
Welcome to our live training.
Okay, now hit return.
Return. Sorry, am I looking for the return button here?
Or just the, yeah, just the enter, I guess, enter button,
Enter,
whatever,
enter,
to go,
yeah.
to go to the next line, and then paste. Just go click on there and put paste. Okay, all right, cool. Now if you wanted a spotlight, click on your spotlight, do whatever you want to do as far as all that stuff, and then hit post.
I'm just going to put hashtag.
Ah, look at him using hashtag. There you go. There you go.
Post.
Okay, hit post. Now, one thing you're going to do is it's going to look like just a still video. Hit play and then mute that one.
Good job you're here, Andy. I can tell you that.
What's that?
I said, good job you're here.
And then just hit mute on that one. And now you're live in Webtalk. And so, you know, us right now, we're live. This is the way I look at it is Zoom is like the one that actually is live. And what we do is we tell people, okay, if you have a question and you want to be part of the Zoom, because at some point we're going to have, well, at some point there's going to be a lot of people on a Zoom, and you know how it is to try to regulate everybody, and I want to talk and I want to do this and I want to do that. What we do is we say, look, watch the live in Webtalk. So all my people are going to go to Webtalk and we'll just watch the live.
Yeah.
Now, if they have a question, they'll just type in the comments a question.
On Webtalk,
you just kind of go back and forth and check on those questions every once in a while. Hey, I'm going to look at the questions. Or when someone starts talking, Eddie starts talking, boom, you go, and remember, guys, that you might have to hit refresh every once in a while in Webtalk, and then the new messages will come up. And so what you do is you're training people to do 2 things. One, you're training people to get away from Zoom because Zoom doesn't pay us.
Yeah.
I mean, Zoom is great. It's wonderful. I mean, we're talking, we're interacting. It's wonderful, but it's not making me any money today. Now, what you're doing is you're training people to understand that Webtalk is really the focus. The Zoom meeting isn't. But you're also training them how to interact in Webtalk on a post and keep talking and putting that information in there, so you're generating revenue. So when the time comes that Webtalk does go live, You don't have to go, okay, people, now we have to train you all over again. This is where we no. They're so used to going to your live posts that when Web Talk Live comes, you don't have to retrain anybody. You just go, hey, guess what? We just cut the middleman out.
Yeah.
Because that's the goal. You know, the goal is to get rid of, you know, Zoom. Who we don't need it if we have it in Web Talk, but we don't have it in Web Talk, so it's still a tool to get us to that point. Another thing, Derek, is what you can do and teach your people to do as well. If you make that post and this goes live and people start interacting with it, you're going to generate revenue. Now, what I tell people is every time that you see a live, click on the YouTube link, copy it, or share the whole thing. But I think it's just better to copy the link, go to my news feed, type in whatever I want to say, hey, our leader's on today, woohoo, and put that link in and post it in mine. What happens is now people will message on mine. I get revenue, so do you.
Yeah,
so
I get that. That's cool. I mean,
the process is that we have to really focus on, and we've talked about this, but this is just for, new people that are listening. Quite honestly, I'm not concerned about making points. I don't think that points matter to me. I have a few reasons. Some are personal, some are whatever, but the main reason is, why would I want all of my team to talk to me? Because now what happens? All those points go up from me. I want everyone down here to talk to each other and share my live. Like if you want to share my live all over the place, guess what? You are all making points. Now you've made points for yourself, but now those points go to me. So I don't really care if people comment on my post. So a lot of times when I do a post, I will say, do not comment copy or do not comment whatever. And then sometimes I will say, hey guys, I need you to actually respond to this one. But that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to get those people down below you that don't know how to do lives, because obviously we know that not a lot of people know how to do lives yet. So if they can just copy my link and throw it down there, because even if I watch this tomorrow on Web Talk, it still feels live to me. I can still make a comment. And when I comment, I feel like I'm interacting, even though maybe no one's responding to me. I am seeing what other people are commenting. I'll send a comment, and then tomorrow you'll look at it and you'll go, oh, I need to respond to that person. And so the interaction is generated in there.
Yeah. Totally agree. I mean, as soon as you mentioned it the first time about going live, and obviously I couldn't do it because I hadn't toggled that button in the
Right.
admin part.
Right. And you know what? That's funny, because if I would have thought about that, it's not one of those things that's automatic. You have to actually go through and set that up on your
exactly.
Zoom.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
what you're actually talking about now is relevant to all of our team members, that when we go live is come and basically copy the YouTube, put it into your on a post that you do, and you get basically get the revenue.
You're generating points for yourself.
Yeah.
But ultimately that's generating points for people above you. And you always want, and the focus to me is always, who can I help down farther down?
Yeah.
Because farther down is still going to help me. Now, if you're a free member, and this is a little bit different, but if you're a free member, you probably want the people that use your link to be the people that actually copy your live and paste it. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't really care if level 5 does it, because it's really not going to help you too much. So when you're a free member, you want to help those people to understand that are directly underneath you, that they should be the ones posting it instead of you. But another thing that's incredible about this is what I love about the lives is people all over Web Talk see your lives. Eddie, I think has seen some lives going on, and we did like a marathon, and it was just like one after another. People would come in, comment, say, hey, I want to talk. Okay, we'll add you into the Zoom, one person. We'll talk to you. We'll answer your questions. We'll listen to your, what you think about Webtalk, what you think about IEG. All right. Thank you very much for being here. We're going to remove you. We're going to go to the next person. So there's not 100 people trying to talk at once. They're all doing that on Webtalk and generating the revenue. But when they really want to ask a question or be part of it, they say, hey, I want to join the Zoom. Perfect. Go in the waiting room. We'll get you when we're done with the next person. And then it keeps it very concentrated in Zoom. You're not going to have to worry about security issues. A lot of people think that if you add 100 people into Zoom, you're doing something special. And to me, that's not very special when there's that weirdo that's in there just, talking, and you got all the conversations going on and stuff like that. You can't have that. That to me is very unprofessional. It's like if we were talking right now and someone's, walking around doing dishes and talking to their dog, and instead of having that issue, you say, hey, do all the interaction in Webtalk. If you want to come in and talk, like communicate and come in here and ask your questions and get some information, fantastic. We would love for you to do that. Let them in, and this is just a security thing that's just a kind of an overall just hint. Make sure that when you guys set up your Zooms, whether it's free or not, make sure that you set up that waiting room, because it just makes it so much easier, because then you regulate who comes in, you regulate when they come in, you regulate what they're doing. You can, mute them right away. And something that I've found is a lot of times people don't understand what's going on behind them. For some reason, like they don't realize that the whole family is doing stuff behind him. And so I always, when I add someone new, as soon as it comes, man, I click that video and say, hey, whatever, and then look at their video just to make sure that, hey, you don't want people walking around in the background and stuff. But yeah, the live, guys, the live is powerful. It really is, because what's beautiful about it is it never stops. This video that you're doing right now, and here's something else, Derek, and for everybody else, when you are done with this live and you say, and you click on the live and you get done, go back to your YouTube and you'll see the video is still going.
Yeah.
I do it just because I guess just for me, I think some people just click out of it. But what I do is I click on the analytics button, because when you go back, when you end it, it'll say analytics. You click analytics and it'll pop up a screen and it'll say end live stream. I hit that button just as, to me, just as to end it.
Yeah.
Because YouTube will go, we figured out it goes for 12 hours before it turns off.
Yeah.
So you have plenty of time to, talk or whatever, but I like to just end it and get that
straight
video going.
away.
But yeah, but once that video is on there, I mean, it's there forever, and I love it because you can direct people back to it. So sometimes we have conversations and you forget what you talk about during the meeting, like, oh, and then someone comes in and says, well, I missed the meeting. What did you guys talk about? Well, watch the live, man. You can watch the live, listen to it, watch it, whatever, on your own time. I don't even have to remember what I said.
Right. Do you have to turn it off? Like when I finish this call on Zoom and I, stop the Zoom call, then I have to go over to YouTube and stop the live as well. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So what you would do is before you end the Zoom call, just click on those three buttons again, and it'll say end live stream. You click that. And to me, most of the time, that's literally all you have to do. Most people just hit that end live stream and move on with their day. I do the analytics when I remember, just in case it for some reason keeps going. But I'm from what I have seen, once you hit that end live stream, now it's in Webtalk. Now it's good. You don't have to do anything with it. It's now a video in there.
Yeah, that
saves a lot of time.
Yeah. I've just been using one of Scott Gerard's strategies from the Time Bucks, and I was absolutely amazed because
hey, everybody in your team should be subscribing to Scott Gerard's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I promote him as much as possible, because if you truly listen to what he says, and if you truly listen to some of his ideas and some of the things that he's telling people, I mean, I've stolen the hashtag idea from him. And the way I look at things is, guys, I try to make it very clear as many times as possible, when I talk to people about the things that we're doing, like our group's doing, I try to give shouts out to the people that actually came up with some of these ideas, because we didn't come up with everything. You know, we were actually on a live, and Scott Gerard said, "Hey, I saw this post that there might be a way to get live into Webtalk." Well, we said, okay, let's figure it out. You know, I didn't figure it out. I was on it, on a live, and Derek, this will make you happy. It took you about what, 5 minutes or so to get this set up. It took me about, the first time it took me about 2.5, 3 hours. So because we were trying to figure out how to do everything, and we had one of our teachers was awesome, and he was like, okay, try this, and we just kept trying, and then we finally got to it. So yeah, Scott Gerard, definitely, people that are listening to this right now, subscribe to Scott Gerard's YouTube, watch his videos when they come out. I truly, he's one of those guys that looks at Webtalk in a completely different view, and you will gain a lot of knowledge and a lot of perspective of Webtalk based on what he's saying. He is very smart. He knows what he's doing. He's he sees the value of Webtalk, and he understands how to use it correctly. And something as simple as the hashtags, he started telling us, hey, you guys got to start using these hashtags and start building this. And I okay, I'll do it. And there's many things more than just hashtags, but definitely listen to him.
He's I mean, that's just one part of it, like you say. And I mean, I implemented that bit about sending traffic to YouTube, and it was crazy because over the course of a couple of hours, I doubled my subscribers. I had 61 subscribers, and I ended up with 120 something. I've now got 130 something subscribers, and for a few bucks, I literally got 1,200 and something views. Yep. Now, obviously, there's a call to action in the description, right? So I'm just monitoring what's happening now. And there's so many decent Webtalk videos out there that gain people's, get people's attention straight away. That are ideal for putting up on, just uploading to YouTube. I mean, we're finding out so many different things, Eddie and I, about this. But we want to emphasize to people that it's a tool. It's not the monetary value of it. I mean, that comes afterwards. But it's a tool that you can use basically for promoting any business, as long as you do it in the right way. And that is direct people to your profile.
Well, here, and let me give you a little thing that we do is, as businesses are starting to become part of our group. So let's say a hotel is our sponsor, and what I love about saying sponsor is no one's paying any money to have us put this up. No one's paying them to say that they're a sponsor. That's the beauty of Webtalk. This isn't about it's just for businesses, and I know that you're saying that there's going to be some businesses listening to this, and businesses that are listening to this, if you want to connect with us, we will do the same thing that I'm going to tell you with any business that wants to be part of this. Come on and we'll do what I'm going to tell you. What we do is, I have a Zoom every Thursday for the travel group, and whether people come in and present something that they want to go to or whatever, or we talk about travel, or we talk about things that we need to do with the travel group to continue to grow it and all that. What I do is people will send us a promo video. So what I'll do is I'll have that promo video and I'll pull it up and screen share it and show that promo right in our Zoom. So now you're advertising for companies right in the Zoom that connects with those people. So a hotel in a travel group people are going to, you know, connect with that. Now, what that what that hotel has done is really cool. What they have done is the boss, the owner, whatever, got a you know, set up their Webtalk, created a Webtalk profile, and then added all the employees underneath them. So then at the bottom, the last person is the person that does like all the communications within the hotel. So what they did is they created a private group so that no one else on Webtalk sees it. But what that person does is in the morning, let's say there's 4 rooms that need to be cleaned. That person goes in, takes a picture of the 4 rooms, posts it. These are the 4 rooms that need to be cleaned. And everybody starts messaging on that. They've gotten away from emails. They've gotten away from, you know, walkie-talkies, whatever. It's all communicated within Webtalk. So what happens is this person at the lowest level, they post, everybody responds, all that revenue just keeps moving up, up, up to the boss, up to the boss, up to the boss. Now, right now, it's not a lot of revenue, but think about this, guys. When you have businesses, if you had a business that only communicated in Webtalk privately, no one else sees it, instead of all the emails, at some point, you are going to generate enough revenue that you're going to say to your employees, hey guys, this weekend, happy hours on me. This weekend, dinner's on me. Now, it's not coming out of the boss's pocket. It's coming out of Webtalk's pocket. And so now you have generation of revenue within a business privately. But now this business is connected to IEG. So they will post things publicly. Hey, you know, we've international flights are coming back to Thailand. Here's our hotel rooms. Well, people start talking about that. So all the interaction from IEG, from Webtalk goes to this company as well. So as more revenue gets there, at some point, someone's going to go to that hotel and say, hey, I'm from IEG. And you know what they're going to tell them? The room's on us.
Yeah.
Why? Because they've been generating so much revenue through Webtalk that they don't need to charge IEG members anymore. When that person comes in, someone's already paid for it. So businesses, if you want to be part of this, if you want to have people promoting your teachers promoting your stuff in Zooms, send us a promo. Send us a promo video. I've created an IEG profile page because RJ said to do that. Go ahead and you can make your business profile, like a business page profile. And then when the pages come, all that information can just be transferred right in. So kind of make it a dead profile, but have that information. So what I'm doing is I'm going to start adding all the promo videos in there and then tell our teachers, choose a company that you can, that you're okay with. Because not everybody's going to agree with every company that we have.
No, that's right. Yeah.
And so go in, look, if you agree with the company, if it is okay for, you know, your moral values, your religious values, whatever, you know, issues that you have, when you do a class, just show this on your thing, promote the company. And like we just said, with these lives, they start getting sent everywhere.
Well, when the business pages, group pages and all that come, like Eddie and I were talking about it a little few weeks ago when you first mentioned this concept.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, we've got like 4 WhatsApp groups that, and the messages are going backwards and forwards. It drives you crazy sometimes because when you've got that difference, you know, the time lag from different countries and that, and your phone's dinging all the time, unless you mute it, you know, it can wake you up at night. And I said, there can't be anything better than having the whole groups in here in Webtalk messaging each other, doing whatever they want, as long as it's confined in that group. I mean, that's generating revenue straight away, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And people, when they start realizing the power of what Webtalk has created, because Alfonso was talking on the last interview that they had with shoot, what's his name? I don't know, one of the Webtalk guys, and he was just, you know, he was explaining more of like the social CRM and all that. And it's like people don't get it.
No,
you create a custom group straight on your profile. You see all the activity, but no one else sees it. So you create that custom group. Everybody's talking and responding and posting and doing whatever. And this is This is something that someone in Vietnam figured out, and I love it. And I think that businesses should do this as well, and WhatsApp groups. So what I would do is, let's say we have like the travel group. So someone makes a post about, let's say, Atlanta, right? They make a post about Atlanta and people start responding, commenting about it. Well, what they are doing, what they have decided to do, which is awesome, and we promote the crap out of it now, because what we tell them is, and when you make a comment, copy one of your links, a post that you've done about
Yeah.
travel, copy that link, make your comment, paste that link into your comment. Because what happens is, I made a post, you commented on it, why not go to yours and comment on yours and help you? So this WhatsApp group that you're talking about, let's say they have something on their actual profile that they want people to comment on. Well, they comment, put that link in there, not their profile link, the link to a post.
Yeah.
Someone hits that, generates just a little bit more activity.
Double whammy, isn't it?
Yeah, and in these private groups, if every single person was making a post and every single person was commenting with a link, commenting with a link, commenting with a link, and then you went through and were nice enough to go to their link and comment and paste your link, it's just like I was telling Eddie, it's 24 hours now. It's just rolling all the time.
It's like you said from the very beginning, it's all about interaction in this, and when people really understand the concept, I don't think it's going to be a problem. But it is at this present time teaching every individual. We want to spread the word about this, and I've literally got to the point now. Both Eddie and I have got to the point of saying, well, why can't they see this? What is the barrier there?
Well, think about this. This is how I explain that. I used MySpace back in the day.
Yeah, same here.
And yeah, most of us older folks, we well, all of a sudden there was this, I think it was like right around, I think I was in college, and there was this thing called Facebook. And there was also a thing called like CDs, and all of us said the same thing. Oh, why would I listen to a CD when I've got my sweet tape? Why would I use MySpace or why would I use this Facebook when I've got MySpace?
Yeah.
Well, now you ask someone to use a tape or to use MySpace, and they're going to look at you like you're crazy, because it takes time. It takes time for people to get it. But what we've found is, like you say, you can talk to someone and be like, dude, how do you not get this? Because they don't. Because Webtalk, the more I listen to what people from Webtalk that are creating it, when they talk about it, when RJ talks about it, then it makes sense, because you're just like, my goodness, this guy's completely right. Like if I, connect to this and connect to this and just keep broadening my target, the connections are worldwide. And people don't get that because they're so used to the idea of Facebook, where someone posts something and everybody, talks trash to them all day. And there's no care or desire to be interactive. There's no care or desire to produce content that's of value. And people have been conditioned to believe that that's the only way. So when you tell them about Webtalk, they go, come on, man, that's a scam. No one's going to pay you to do social media. Well, they're paying Zuckerberg to do social media, and you're okay with that? Because I'm not. Now that I know that I can get paid, and if it's a penny every 1,000 points, okay. Because next month it's going to be 2 pennies. Next month it could be $10. I don't know. But I do know that it's more than what I'm getting paid for the last 20 years of Facebook. And so, things like your WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
We tell people in IG, and we talk to people all the time. Look, guys, always create your groups in Webtalk and talk in there. And then you look at Messenger. Those people, they're never gonna get it, and you can't waste your time trying to explain that to them. I always tell people that there's going to be that one person that you talk to and they're going to get it, and you're going to be just fine. Because ultimately, you know, people think in YouTube terms of I need 1 million people to be successful, to start generating real revenue. We've proven it. Webtalk, if you have 200 people that are really really into it, you're going to be able to start generating serious value. Not right now, but in the coming months when that app comes out, only 200 people in your whole team can change how many points you get if they understand it. And when they do, of course, they're going to find someone else that does. It's just going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to explode when it gets to that stage, obviously. I am a little bit dumbfounded that so many people don't get it. But, you know, at the end of the day, we know. And we see the potential, and that's all that matters. You know.
Well, we're at 5 million.
Yeah.
And RJ said in his little crystal ball, his dream is to be at 100 million by December.
Yeah.
So that means 95 million people are underneath us.
Exactly.
And it doesn't matter if they're part of my group. It doesn't matter if they buy a pro package or not. I already did.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I'm getting 50% of whatever happens.
Yeah.
So I don't really care. I tell people that don't worry about, you don't have to even sign people up if you don't want to. Just start interacting, and that's going to generate value for you.
Yeah. You know, obviously they're going to kick themselves in.
Oh yeah.
You know, 6 months' time next year when they see the revenue that people are starting to
I always say the 1,000,001th person is going to be the saddest person that this world has ever seen. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being one, like, you get it. You're like, oh man, this Webtalk thing is amazing. Click. Oh, sorry, you're 1,000,001.
Yeah.
That's good. I feel bad for that person, but someone is going to feel really, really bad.
Yeah,
but the ultimate thing is, whether you've paid or whether you're just a free user and you put in the work. I don't know if I told you guys this last week. I probably didn't, because I heard about this, I think, since the
No, you weren't on the call last week,
right.
Andy.
Right. Yeah, I know I wasn't on the call last week, but I was trying to think if I had told you guys this story. This is exciting for not only me, but you know, for people that are listening to this. We have a member that has not paid Webtalk anything. Free member. Now, did someone pay for the pro package below him and he got his 5 levels? Yes.
Yeah.
But he did not pay anything, and he's made over $300 with Webtalk. Now, when we think about that in the USA terms, and you go, hey, this guy made $300 in, let's say, 3 to 4 months. You go, that's not a very big paycheck. But where his country is, where he's from in his country, $300 to $350 is a month's salary.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So you don't have to pay, and you can still be very, very successful within Webtalk, even if you don't pay and no one else pays on your first level. As long as you are pumping in people into that first level and getting them in there, you know, 1,000 people on level 1, if that turns into $1 revenue at some point for each one, that's going to change many, many people's lives. It's just $1,000.
Well, I mean, that guy's earning $300 now. What's he going to be earning next year?
You're exactly right. Exactly right. And that's the thing, is what I'm so excited about is when people get on and say, oh man, I made 15 cents this month. And most of us would go, 15 cents? I'll give you 15 cents. But 15 cents, like you say, at 5 million people, I made 15 cents. At 100 million people, how many cents is that going to be?
Yeah.
And I haven't paid anything. I have a couple people that have signed up underneath me. I post a lot of good content and get some interaction. What is that going to be when 100 million people are now interacting with my profile? So yeah, I mean, when people don't get it, which pretty much every friend of mine don't get it, Am I concerned about that? You know, I've had people say, well, you know, I'm working so hard. I paid for my pro package and, you know, nobody wants to buy pro packages. I'm not making any money. I said, but are they in your 5 levels? Well, yeah. Well, then the work is done because you did. You've got your 5 levels. It doesn't matter what anybody does in your 5 levels. Yeah, is it nice to get a little $20 bonus because someone paid for a pro package right now? Of course. But if you're putting in the effort and now you have 1,000, 2,000, and I tell people, look, if you get one person, to me, that's going to be 1,000 people someday in your downline, in your 5 levels. I believe that that's a minimal number, but that's the way I kind of look at it. I go, okay, averages would say that 10 people are going to sign up under one person, 100 under another. The averages will come out, but one person, 1,000 people at some point. Because it's good. We're gonna destroy Facebook. I don't see how you can't.
Exactly. When especially when the penny starts dropping with a lot of people, when it just goes totally viral. Yeah, I can't see how they're going to stop what's going to happen, basically, because you know, people are motivated. People just love Facebook. Some people do. You know, I tell my children, and you know, what you're doing on Facebook, you could be being paid on the social. Yeah, Dad. Yeah, whatever. You know.
Oh yeah, your family members and friends. I don't even talk to them.
No.
I don't even talk to them because every family and friend, for some reason, you know, you guys have listened more to what I've said to you in 3 Zooms than any family member has. Why? Because you know what's going on. And you can't explain, you know, I'm looking at this tree over here. I can't explain to this tree how great Webtalk is. and I'm not going to. I'll talk to you guys all day long and give you pointers and help you and give you information because I know you're going to use it.
Yeah.
I mean, Derek, you just figured out how to put a live in. Tell me how many people have you seen put lives in Webtalk?
Only you, Tim. That's it, basically.
Yeah, and I know of like maybe 2 or 3 other people that have started really focusing on it. But see, that's the thing. We have a whole group of IEG teachers, and they're not using the program. And I don't know if I've told you guys, but there's a way for free Zoom people. If you download OBS, it's a software that you can download onto your computer.
Say about
did I tell you that? Okay.
Yeah,
so I have no idea how it works because I haven't used it. I will be honest with that. I haven't had the time to mess with it, or actually the desire to, but it does work. It's people are starting to use it and can use their free Zoom, so they don't even have to upgrade in Zoom. They don't have to pay money to Zoom to get the same activity. You know, obviously it's 40 minutes long, but all of your members could be in Webtalk using live if they want to.
Yeah. Basically, it's down to the individual. There's no doubt about it that this is one of the best platforms that's come out over the last decade, without a shadow of a doubt. And, you know, we keep on telling people about it. We keep doing our live calls. You know, we felt like we was, you know, floundering about in the dark to begin with, but you know, it's give us the momentum and inspiration. One, for having you and Tim on that first call. That was a breakthrough, Andy. That was literally the moment when me and Eddie said, right, that's it. That's where this all starts. And we have never looked back, and we're just introducing more and more people, you know, week by week. Trying to explain the concept. Obviously, not everyone does, but we can give them the basics straight away to keep them interacting, you know, on the platform. And that's all, you know, that's what we care about. That's what we want to do.
And quite honestly, I don't care if people even interact. If you just click on the link, get in, build your profile. If you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. But I feel personally that, a while ago, I sent messages out. I talked to people. I said, all my teacher friends, all my friends, all my family, whatever. This is the thing to do. Do it now. Learn about it whenever you want to learn about it. Well, a few people did. They signed up. Well, what's happening now is a lot of people are starting to come to me and say, hey, I need a little bit more information. Why? Well, because my community is going under. All the small businesses are going under. All the things are happening in this world right now. And I think it's time to start listening about this online stuff. And are you making money? And I say, yeah, not a ton, but those businesses, and this is for businesses that are on here too, businesses that are dying out right now because they can't bring people in. You all have a following of people that care about your business because they've been to your business numerous times. You go to them and say, look, I know you can't come in and eat at my restaurant, but you can support me. And if you want this restaurant to be around at some point when we all can come back, sign up. We're going to have it's going to be, this is the social media that I'm going to give information on. And start generating that activity with the people especially businesses, the people that actually care about you. Because what's going to happen is you're going to build that base right now. And it looks like the app isn't going to come out in July. It looks like more like August is what it seems like. So
yeah, for sure.
you have 2 to 3 weeks of July. You start building that base. And I keep saying to people, build a base of 20 people, 30 people, whoever, and really show them the value of it, because they're going to see July was, 20 cents. And then that app came out and all of a sudden it's going to be $5. I don't know. I'm guessing on that, but they're going to go, wait a minute. We just made 20 cents last week or last month. And our return on our investment has grown this much in 1 month. Those businesses, they're going to go, okay, now it's time to listen. Now it's time to figure things out, because we are struggling because we can't put a person in our building, because I feel like we're going to go on another lockdown. I mean, the numbers are spiking. Yeah. People are been nuts. They're going to have to do that again. So we've wasted 4 months of a lockdown to start all over again. So when you think of that in the next 3 to 4 months, if this app comes out in 1 month, in the next 3 to 4 months, how many people are going to realize the true value of this? Look at those businesses. Start talking to the businesses that are struggling, that are saying, we might be done if we have another lockdown. No, you won't. No, you won't. Start talking to all those people. Talk to your employees. Employees, do you want to start making money again because we can't bring you in? Let's create a private group, and all we do is just talk to each other, do whatever we need to do. All of our communication is in this platform.
Yeah.
And
100%.
And everybody needs Webtalk.
Yeah, it's
everybody
true.
does.
So you
everybody does.
So you say to the business, are you going to go down without a fight, or do you want me to show you a way to start creating revenue?
And Derek, with your kids, you said you talk to your kids and say, well, you should be using Webtalk, and they're like, don't go to your kids, go to their friends and pull up your dashboard and say, did you make this on Instagram this last month? And they're going to say, well, that's 30 cents, or that's $1, or that's $20. Yeah, but did you make that on Instagram with all your silly little posts?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Do you want to? Because I know you have plenty of friends. I know that you don't have a summer job. I know that you're stuck at home. Do you want to start communicating? And they're going to say, wait a minute, because I did this with my students, and this was before, this was much lower level of revenue to show them. I just, in front of class, I just held up my phone. I said, is your social media doing this for you? And they were like, what is that? Give me the link. And they were on. Now, have they done anything with it? Nope. That's fine. That's fine.
Because they will do.
Because they will. They will.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, so that's the thing is I'm not too concerned about the people that say no. I'm not concerned about the people that don't get it, because you're going to find that one. And a lot of people have found that one within our group, and they're just like, man, you know, they'll say the same thing. They'll be like, man, you know, I tell everybody, nobody cares, nobody. I said, good. Because if you're telling people, just because they don't care doesn't mean they're not listening.
Yeah.
Because at some point when you go, because I talk to people and I give them updates. Hey, look, this is where Webtalk's at. Well, how much money have you made? Well, I've made a little bit. I've made more than you on your social media, but I'm not concerned about that right now. Look at what we're doing. Look at the connections. Look at the worldwide spread of this. You need to get in there before that wave passes you by, because it's going to hit.
Yeah,
a jump
100%.
from 5 million to 100 million in a couple short months. Holy cow. Hey, RJ said it. This is not me saying it. RJ said it. In December, there will be 5-level people that will be making decisions about their jobs.
Yep. Yeah,
that's a powerful statement. That's a powerful statement, and I want to be one of those people.
Yeah.
How do I become one of those people? I talk to people like you guys. You want to help? I'll help you. I don't care. I don't care if you're signed up underneath me. I don't care where you're at. I really don't. That doesn't bother me. I'm excited to help people. And when you help people, it's going to help you. It is.
Well, that goes without saying. I mean,
yeah.
You know, to be honest, Andy, you know, when you and Tim burst in on the scene that day and thought, well, who are these guys? And then you said, I'm on your level 4. And Tim said he's on my level 5. And I went, wow, you know, and we didn't have a clue who you was.
Who else do you have that's doing an amazing job that you don't even know? I feel the same way. I don't know.
Yeah, and exactly that. And, you know, to find how knowledgeable you two guys were, it was like a breath of fresh air to me and Eddie. We'd been sitting there, you know, we felt like, you know, just cruising along, you know, the odd person coming in, and all of a sudden it just went crazy, you know, because basically what you taught us that day was some of the best information we've heard while we've been in Webtalk.
Yeah.
And it made the penny drop even quicker.
Yep.
You know, all of a sudden, you know.
Have you seen kind of an increase as things have gone on, increase of people and of value?
Yeah, because everyone's sort of interacting now. I mean, as soon as you start doing a live call with Tim and what have you, I share it straight away. You know, both me and Eddie have been doing the same things. And this is what I'm teaching my, you know, downline to do as well. This is the whole point. You know, just keep sharing, you know, commenting, just basically interact. That's all it's about. And you will see that, you know, you will understand the whole concept, and you will be one of the people in a year's time that was saying, wow, I'm glad I got this.
Yeah. Well, and the beauty, and once again, the beauty of where we're at is the people that aren't listening, but that know you talk to them. In a year's time, it's not this silly little you know, like, oh, well, if you get in at the ground level, people are still joining Facebook.
Yeah, exactly.
So this isn't ground. To me, this is not ground level. To me, this is, you know, when you listen to RJ saying, I have a 10-year plan. Well, if he has a 10-year plan, that means 10 years from now, I've still got a plan.
Yeah.
I'll still be talking to people. Because not for me, like, hopefully in 5 years I will be talking to people, but I won't be talking to people because I need to get people underneath me. I'm just going to be talking to people because you need to get this so that you can be successful, so that you can walk away from your job.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the thing for me is like I said, like we have teachers around the world, and we have a lot of Vietnamese people, Vietnamese teachers, Vietnamese people that are just, well, RJ said it, top 3 outside the United States. One of them is Vietnam.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're joining in droves, and it's not because of me. It's not because of Tim. It's because we happened to talk to basically 2 people in Vietnam that when they heard this, they said, you don't have to say anything else. We got it.
Yeah.
And they have been going nuts. Now, what's crazy is those people make $300 a month in income. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure I can make someone $300 in income in Webtalk if I focus enough to get that one person to do, everyone else to interact with that person, blah blah blah. I can help that person make 300. But the thing that's beautiful is 300 goes to that person, but every single person that's above them, 5 levels, they just made 300, 300, 300, 300. If you can tell someone, I'm going to double your salary per month, that's powerful.
Yeah, very powerful.
Now I'm like, and to tell someone in the States, I'm going to double your salary per month, that's going to take a while. But $300, I think we can do that pretty easily once the app comes out. So now you have people in a foreign country that literally are making $300 a month that are saying, I'm going to buy a pro package. Do you know how much value a pro package has at $200 compared to my $300 paycheck, as compared to the United States, $200 compared to $6,000, $7,000 a month? The percentage is huge.
Yeah.
But you talk to someone in America and say, I can make you $300 extra a month. They go, whatever. And you go, but it's $300. $300 times 12 months, that's a vacation that you didn't pay for. I don't know if I really want to do that. Okay, I'm going to go hang out in Vietnam where everybody is telling everybody, and there's 90 million of them.
Exactly.
And RJ's talking about only 100 million in December. Well, let's put 10 to 20 of that million of that in Vietnam underneath us. Come on.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, like I said about sharing calls that you and Tim have done, and that the one where RJ just come in unexpectedly, that shows the guy's true character, what he's like.
I had to eat some humble pie on that meeting because I don't know if here's a good story for you guys. This is not egotistical. This is not it's all about me. I feel like we have put in a lot of time and effort. I mean, I've put in years and years with Webtalk to understand it and be able to talk to people and whatever. And we've created a lot of stuff with the group. And, I see he does interviews with these teams of, oh, well, I started, 3 months ago and put a couple hours of research into this and really realized the value of it. And I'm thinking to myself, I put years and hours of work into this, years and years of work into this. And I'm once again, I'm not saying this as like, oh, I'm so cool. But in my head, I was like, I feel kind of disrespected right now. Our group is showing everyone else how to do stuff in Webtalk, and you're talking to someone who's been doing stuff for 3 months and is lucky enough to have a bunch of other friends that get the idea. And so I was kind of complaining about that, and I was just like, man, I feel so disrespected sometimes. Our group is doing so many good things, and all the people, blah blah. And then all of a sudden, RJ pops in. Hey guys, what's going on? And I was just like, oh man. I was like, okay. And it was interesting because, one of the teachers was like, but Andy, you do remember that RJ came in and talked to us at this time. You do remember that RJ sent us I'm like, yeah, I get that, but I feel a little disrespected. And then he pops in, and so, I that's what I respect about him.
Yeah,
he says, I'm sitting in my office at midnight doing work, listening to this live, listening to the live.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump on and talk to these guys and kind of set them straight, and without being rude and disrespectful. I mean, he basically was just like, look, here's what's going on. Here's more information for you to work with. And I thought that was really cool. And I respected that. And tell me how many people can say that the CEO just jumped in to just chat with the people that are working in his
it doesn't happen, does it?
No.
To be honest, it doesn't.
And he'll do it for other people. He's doing it for other groups. He's doing it for people. And to take the time and say, look, guys, I want to thank everybody in Webtalk, not me. I'm saying like everybody in Webtalk. Thank you. I'm going to spend a lot of time posting in newsfeed so that you can read exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
How many CEOs do you see updates from Zuckerberg? Did Zuckerberg send out a message and say, hey guys, we're getting rid of live and this is why? Nope. It was today it was on, tomorrow it's gone.
Yeah.
And you know what? No matter how big this is, RJ will be doing that always. I truly believe that. And that in itself, early on was one of the things that really got me motivated, was to see the interaction from RJ. And say, okay, the guy that is doing this, the top, is willing to talk to the last person that, or the latest person that signed up. That was powerful to me. And whether people understand that or not, I don't know. I've dealt with some other businesses that, when tanked, the CEO never was talking to you. It was just a bunch of people coming up with random things that they thought.
Exactly.
And you can read his posts, reiterate it, read it, whatever, to your team and say, look, RJ said it.
He's true to his word, Andy. I mean, I had my knuckles wrapped to begin with, putting a logo up that was wrong. And straight away, Jeff Cavra come over and said, I think you better take that down. I don't think RJ's,
And they're good about knowing what's going on.
Yeah. Well, it shows they pay interest in what's going on, doesn't it?
I mean, some people in our group will have commented or done something, and all of a sudden there's a response, a comment from RJ. Like, how cool is that? Like, you get excited when that happens.
Yeah.
That's empowering to someone to say, I've been doing stuff with Webtalk, and all of a sudden the CEO, he knows me. And I'm just this person from Maine. We had a lady from Maine. She bought a license plate, a Webtalk license plate. And she posted a picture of it. Guess who messaged her? RJ. He's like, whoa, like, that's incredible. That's the stuff that's beautiful about Webtalk, is the interaction on here is such a higher level.
It's second to none, isn't it? And I mean,
like
you say, it's some people will get it and some people won't, but people that are interacting are helping people to understand the true concept, and can see that they've got a CEO behind them that will help them in every way. I mean, when he put up about putting the new landing page, I said to Eddie, we were doing a call, I think, and I said, hey, I'm going to put up. No, we were having a call between us, and I said, I'm going to say, put my photo in that up. So I put this message in the thing, and instantaneously he come back and said, Derek, we can't use that because you're promoting Webtalk. And I had Social Dream Lifestyle Team join the fight with a little Webtalk banner in the corner. So, and we laughed. We literally said, I can't believe that he's got straight back to us. So.
Yeah, it's a powerful platform. And one other thing, real quickly, I know we're a little bit over time. Like I said, I'll talk about Webtalk with people as long as they want. But I just talked to a person, and this is something that I think is really cool, and basically goes to like just people that want to be.
I think you're freezing, Andy.
That we promote or whatever, and that lady was saying that their following went from, in Instagram, went from like 5,000 to like 20,000 because of this lady and how she works. So I said, well, I think you need to get her in touch with me, because I would love to talk to someone who's that powerful at their job. And so she's in, she's learning it, and we'll see what happens. But the point of the story is, if you know someone whose job is to build a business or somebody's social media following, and that's their job,
get in touch.
people that you get to follow that person, and they're going to say no. A month or 10 cents a month.
We lost you for a little bit there.
Oh, did it go down? Did it go down?
Yeah.
Sometimes it does that. Dang it. Can you hear me again?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So we're
it's gone down again, Andy.
All right. Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay. Where did that end at?
Basically, the woman who was building.
Okay. So this lady is building social media followings for other people, whether it's a business or just a person. And I said to her, I said, let me ask you something. For all those thousands of people that you get to follow someone else, do any of those people pay you? And she was like, well, of course not. Why would they do that? They're following someone. I said, in Webtalk, whether they're making a penny of value, or 10 cents or $1, you're going to get paid on all of those people as well. So that, if you can find someone who thinks on those kind of levels, that builds followings, talk to those people, because they are going to get it almost instantly. Because I said, look, you've created, let's say, 10,000 people to follow someone, but you're trying to get them to buy that person's product. But I said, when they post a post and all those people respond and say how great it is to see them, and I love your product, and blah, 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 and have a wonderful day and all this stuff, you're not getting any revenue for that. In Webtalk, you don't care about really selling it anymore. You can just talk about it all day long. And She got it. And she goes, okay, I get it. I want to start making money on all the people that I have signed up. And that's going to be, hopefully, I can start kind of showcasing her and what she's doing if she gets involved. But definitely start thinking about those kind of people, guys, because
it's going to happen more and more, Andy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at that. But
hey, and you guys can say this to your business as well. Any businesses that want to join you, you can say to them, and this is 100% honest on all of your parts, you have connections to 65 countries. Will every country buy your product? Maybe not, but every country is going to interact with you, because we have 65 countries plus that will interact. If your business comes to us and says, hey, we would love for you to start throwing up some promos. Okay. Hey guys, here's the next IEG business. Here's the next thing.
Yeah.
And they will interact and they will connect, and you will see it. I've brought in a business person, and they have probably 140 people that have already started following them within like less than a month.
That's what we're looking for. We want people interacting. Sometimes you get fed up with scraping the bottom of the barrel. Like you said, with Webtalk, family and friends just don't get it. And when you're being successful in a business, and 9 times out of 10, the leaders, the top people are either in the business or they're promoting something else. You want fresh leads, And what can be more powerful than going into all these different countries?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is amazing when you stop and really take that on board. So look, once again, Andy, thanks again for your time, man. It's been fantastic.
I know that we've just been talking back and forth, but John, Maggie, Eddie, do you guys have any questions? I know it's going a little bit longer, but I've got plenty of time.
Well, let me tell you something. I've been biting my tongue the whole time because I've wanted to. I wanted to jump in.
Hey, please ask. I mean, I'm kid free, man. This is wonderful. I'll talk to you guys for another hour. Don't worry about it.
The one thing I wanted to know, when we went live right here, I went on ahead to Derek's and I went on ahead and copied it and put it on my feed. So it's live on mine right now.
Right.
So when this ends here, does that end on mine as well? That's one thing I want to know. Do I have to do anything on mine?
No.
Okay.
If you're the one that's just copying it, you're going to copy and paste it. It's going to be live right now. When he ends it and stops it, now it becomes a YouTube video.
Okay. Super deal.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome how that works. Like, once again, if I knew how technology ran, I would be able to explain that to you, but I don't. I just know it works, so it's awesome.
Well, let me just say something else though, Andy. You know, I appreciate you because I relate to people who are out there to help other people no matter what. You're just a helping person. It reminds me of the Good Samaritan. To me, it does. All these people walk by, do nothing, but then you stop and say, I see a need and I'm going to help them, because if I can help somebody be successful, whether it's really going to do anything for me or not, I just know the satisfaction that I've improved somebody's life. You don't know how much that means to me as you as a person, really. And you don't find a whole bunch of people like that, especially when they start getting into the money and everything. They start falling away and start becoming greedy, and it's all about self and not thinking about other people anymore. So I just want you to know, from me, that means a lot to me, and I'll never forget that about you. You know, if we never interact again, I'll never forget that about you. But what you guys have developed, and Derek and I have talked about, because listen, if your ears aren't burning, they should be burning, because we talk about you and Tim and your team. We talk about you all the time because you've made such an impact in our life, and we thank you because you haven't said, we'll do this for you, but you got to do this for us. You haven't done that. So we appreciate that so much, and we want to reciprocate with that. You know what I'm saying? And we've always been, that's why Derek and I are a team and done business together so well, because we have the same mindset like that right there. And
right.
If we can just put that mindset with our team, that's what they need to be doing as well, they'll realize how successful they'll be. Yeah. So I just want you to know, and if Tim was on the call, I'd be saying the same thing to Tim, but I've met some wonderful people that's on your team just by connecting with them and interacting with them on what. Listen, I love those guys. I mean, they're super people. They're super people. You know, Vietnamese people, the whole 9 yards. I think they're great.
Yeah. You know, I appreciate you saying that. That's high praise. I appreciate it. I do. And I'll kind of tell you a little bit of the mindset for me, because when someone says, like, well, when the money starts being talked about, you're not. I'm interested in the money. I am. I'm not going to lie about that.
Right.
I have written down a goal that I want to reach. I want to reach that goal by December. And it's a goal that my family and I talked about, what we need. I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher my whole life. I was I don't know if I've said this, but I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to go to Abu Dhabi for about 5 years, and I taught in Abu Dhabi, and they don't charge you for tax. You don't have to pay taxes, and they pay for your rent. Well, if you think about that in the United States, that's like $2,000 or more a month that's taken out of paychecks every month for Americans. And so suddenly I was $2,000 or so above what I was making back home. I was making basically the same thing there as I am here, but I wasn't giving away. And I was able to travel and do the things that as a teacher I've always wanted to do. And my first trip, when I went to Abu Dhabi, I said, okay, I'm going to Abu Dhabi. I don't know what this is all about, but I'm going. The paycheck's great. The idea is great. I can last for 2 years. Let me go do this. But my first trip was, I wanted to go to Egypt. It's always been a, a major goal in my life, is I've always wanted to go to Egypt.
Mhm.
So I went to Egypt. The very first break we had is like a three day break. I'm like, I'm going to Egypt. And I stood on a pyramid. And at that moment, I was just like, all these years of my life wasted just doing one thing over and over again. And no, it's not always a waste. I mean, life is life, but whatever. But I was just thinking to myself, I get to now talk to anybody from the rest of my life and show them pictures and show them and talk to them and say, as a teacher, this is what I learned on just this first trip.
Mhm.
And I realized that I wanted to make it so that other teachers can do the same thing. Like, I have to figure out a way. And at that time, the only way was, hey, go work overseas. Not many people are going to take that. But I always have felt that teachers are underrated, overworked, disrespected. I mean, they're trying to tell us we got to go back to school. What?
Yeah. Mhm.
But that's just the way teachers are treated.
And
And
underpaid too, Andy.
oh yeah,
Underpaid.
oh yeah.
Underpaid.
And I don't think that teachers need to be paid millions. I think the teachers need to be paid correctly.
Yeah.
And that's not much more. It really isn't.
Mhm.
And so when I look at it and go, okay, for an extra $2,000 a month, this is what I got out of life for 5 years. My life was a vacation for 5 years with some work involved.
Mhm.
And I was like, man, this is what life should be as a
Right.
teacher. I should love teaching, but I should also love life.
Mhm.
And we got started. I got started um, into a sports app, and that's where I met Tim. And it was generating revenue, and we were like, oh man, this could be huge. But it was a very small niche of people that could use it, because not everybody loves sports. When I saw Webtalk and I heard someone talking about it, I said, every teacher can be successful doing this, and we can help them connect to the right people to do that.
Mhm.
And ever since, I was like, this is what I have to do. And has it taken a little bit of time? Yes, it has. But my thing is when you say, like, well, you're saying I'll help you with no reciprocation. My reciprocation is very simple: interact with IEG and support those teachers that need the support that they need.
Right.
I know where I'm headed. I'm
Mhm.
okay. But I know how teachers think. I know how teachers are, and not many of them are like a business-minded person. They are a help my student person, and that is where they stop. They don't get things like Webtalk. They don't get the fact that you can generate more revenue by doing XYZ. They just are teachers, and that is not a bad thing. That is just how teachers think.
Right.
Luckily, I've been able to listen to people and stuff, and generate a different kind of knowledge. But I want teachers to be successful. So if I can get your group to interact with my group, what
Mhm.
am I doing? I'm helping
Yeah.
the teachers. And that's all I want. I
That's
want
right.
our teachers, I want our teachers to be able to go and see Egypt and go back to their school and show their kids pictures and videos as they talk about Egyptian mythology. Or I show kids the Globe Theater, and
Mhm.
I standing inside of it, talking about Shakespeare, blah blah blah. And the kids are just like, wait a minute. I was, oh yeah, these are pictures that I took. Wait, what? You took
Yeah.
you were there? Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you want some more information about that? And it's that connection that teachers can bring back to the classroom. And quite honestly, the hope for me is that teachers can finally leave the classroom
Yeah.
and just teach from a beach. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. Mhm.
Throw on the headphones, teach for a couple hours, and then go play in the water. That's a goal. So when I just want to make it clear that my help, I'm here to help.
Yeah.
I want everybody to be successful, because your team's success improves the revenue of our success.
Mhm.
It just does.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate those kind words. I really do. And any help that you guys need, I'm more than
Just a
willing.
just a quick thing on closing. My daughter's a teacher.
Mhm.
My youngest daughter's a teacher,
How many
and
years?
uh, about 5 years now.
Oh, we can still save her. We can still save her from burnout. No, I'm serious, man. I'm serious.
Andy, she's going to see this.
Serious.
She's going to see this because I'm going to show her. And look, when I introduced her to Zoom, she said, "Oh, that's great because of this lockdown, you know, and all the rest of it. I can still interact with the children." And I said, "Yeah, but imagine if you could do it on a different platform." Well, I think it went straight over her head. Come on, Dad.
Imagine here, and tell her this, and this tell her this.
Well, she's going to hear you.
Okay. Well, what's her name?
Donna.
Donna, you've been teaching for 5 years. You still have the fire. You still have the excitement of teaching, but I guarantee you're starting to get a little pissed off at administration. You're getting a little pissed off at the district ideas. Right now, you're probably a little bit upset that they're trying to tell you to go back into a room with a bunch of little COVID kids. I don't care what level it is. It's not, it's disrespectful. But what about this? What if you knew that you could teach the one or two things that you love the most? And I don't know what subject. What subject is she, Derek?
She went in as a physical education teacher.
Okay. So physical education. Let's say that she absolutely hates talking to people about their diet.
Yeah.
She loves talking about plyometrics. You don't ever have to teach people about their diet again if you get going with IEG, because you will have 65 countries that want to hear about plyometrics, and they'll watch your videos and they'll talk to you, and you will never teach the thing that you hate to teach, whatever your subject is. And I'm dead serious about this because we have, like I said, we have this new group of about 250 students, about 25 teachers, and that was one of their things. They said, well, what's the curriculum going to be like? And I said, screw the curriculum. What's the one thing that you love to teach the most? And they said, well, whatever they said. And I said, that's all you got to teach. Yeah. That's it. And you don't ever have to have a kid walk in your class that thinks that your class sucks and wants to make it irritating. You don't ever have to have the amount of students that you have. You get to choose. Yeah. The amount of time that you teach plyometrics in a day, you get to choose. Yeah. You don't have to do anything educationally ever again that you don't want to do. And administration's not going to care when you say, I'm going to go for a month. We had people disappear for a month because of Ramadan. And when they came back, not one of them did we say, oh, now we're going to have to kind of take a pay cut here because you were gone. Nope. You know what we said? Welcome back. So as I'm when it comes to the educational side, you think I'm passionate about talking about Webtalk to you guys? Get me to start talking to someone about education. That's a whole different story. I don't want to be in my classroom anymore. I don't.
Oh yeah, because I get it. So, and at the end of the day,
if she wants to interact with us and kind of see what's going on with IEG and education and stuff, bring it on. We'll take anybody and everybody. So yeah.
Once again, Andy, thanks a lot, my friend. Right. It's been great having you on the call, as always, and we look forward to speaking to you again. Hopefully, we'll have all of the people over from our group, which was supposed to be coming today. So,
hey, they'll be watching the live on Webtalk this time, though.
Yeah, exactly.
You got next step, next level.
Okay. So,
all right.
Cheers.
All right, guys. All right. Bye-bye.